about women you know. One woman is patient and kind and authoritative and other-centered. Another woman is militant, irritable, and angry. A third woman is mousy, fearful, quick to avoid conflict, and not sure of her own voice. What's up with this? And why at times do all these women seem to be me or you in one body? Our identity as daughters of God was sealed when He named who we were to be. An Ezer rhymes with razor. A warrior, strong helper who would hear the cries in our culture and relationships and be quick to wisely, deftly help. Of the 23 times Ezer is used in the Bible, 2 times refer to the woman in Genesis 2, 3 to nations that helped Israel in battle, and 16 times to God Himself as He came to the aid of His people. For more on Ezer and women's identity, watch that segment at 7-Men. So why the extremes of womanhood? Where did this come from? Consider this. When we humans chose to alienate ourselves from God, we ceased living fully out of our God-created identity. For a woman, this became obvious in the extremes. Let's explore this, starting with the extremes and then moving toward our true identity. You've all met this woman, the one in our culture we'd be quick to identify as a bitch. I don't use this word to offend you. I use it to tap into our cultural picture of this extreme. She's forceful in a militant or selfish way. She's focused on a cause or herself, so much so that she misses the other people around her. She can come across as someone who uses people or wants to dominate them to keep her cause or self-oriented issues moving forward. It's rough being around her. But then you've probably seen the other extreme also, the mouse. Her voice has been swallowed up in insecurity or fear. She's easily dominated, quick to back down, makes excuses, and thinks it's vastly important to be nice at all times and at all costs. She gives in. She becomes invisible. She hides her true feelings behind an ingratiating smile and wouldn't dream of being pushy. But now let's move a bit more toward the center, more toward our God-created identity. When God created a woman, He created her with partnership in her soul. The woman in Genesis 2, later named Eve, was partnered with Adam. Single women and widows find partnerships or alliances with other women or with male friends. This explains the enormous capacity for friendship that women have. It's in us to befriend. We can be the most loyal of companions. The flip side to this part of our nature is the pain felt when friendships and alliances don't work. The pain goes deep. We tend to lash out, gossip, withdraw, or vent, depending on personality types and circumstances. Heart offenses can seem surprisingly profound, but this is because the heart of a woman is created to be intertwined with others. When God created an Ezer, He created her with strength in her spirit. Following in her Creator's footsteps, she is a warrior, one who comes alongside to protect and defend and win the battle. She's the first one her partner calls, and she is swift to respond to that cry. She's capable and confident without being prideful. She's not controlled by fear, though she is aware of the battle. You've probably felt this strength before in what I call the mama bear response. If one of your children or someone you love is in harm's way, your response might be like the classic mama bear. She will attack and wreak havoc to protect and defend her cubs. Women often feel this way if their child is bullied, their job is threatened, or someone they love is mistreated. What cry are you hearing in our culture? Where would God have you serve, committing your strength to do kingdom work? To find out your answer, note what problems in our culture or family system or your mind stick with you. Is it sexual trafficking, feeding the poor, microfinance, skills training? There are endless topics, as there are endless people who need a strong Ezer to come to their side to fight for the presence of the kingdom. Finally, when God created an Ezer, He also put inside of her a love for life. This is shown in her bodily organs. We're created to house and nurture life. We're co-creators, nurturing potential and creatively viewing the world. There's not an in-the-box picture of what this looks like, but here are a few positive things I've seen. Single women nurture children and others as well as ideas, businesses, cities, nations. Widows nurture, train, and model life to others and make vast differences in grandchildren and family systems. Married women birth children and help them become who they're meant to be, while balancing other roles they have to help and nurture in their communities. This is why abortion stirs such passion in so many women on both sides of the issue. It strikes at the core of who we are. It's the same with sexual trafficking or child abuse. It infuriates people to think of someone trespassing on the holy ground of a female body, a place of life. Perhaps you have wounds or impactful experiences in these areas. You'll find no condemnation here. Regardless of your past, you, woman, are a life giver. It's part of your created destiny. This applies to ideas as well as little people, to groups, communities, cities, art, science, blogs, literature. You are created to be by God's side, beautifully bearing life. So what are you, where are you on this scale of extremes, militant or mouse, driven or silent? I suspect we're all somewhere in between. Talk to God about it. See what He stirs up in you and then lean into that. Dwell on it. What would He like to affirm in you, His daughter, His beloved girl? What does He need to heal? What do you need to do in your life to be His warrior, His beloved bride? For a Bible study and question page on this episode, please go to 7-men.tumblr.com and have a great rest of the day.